Hi, it's Olga and it's the day 14 of my 25 days of Christmas tutorial series. This time I'm going to make a castle-shaped holiday card that also works as a gift tag. That one is quick and simple to make, and it's even suitable for mass production, so let's get started and see how it's done. Now I'm folding a piece of green cardstock at about 5 inches from the edge, and then I'm going to create my card base. I'm placing a rectangle die, and that one is from the Elegant Lantern die set, and I'm making sure that the top cutting edge is overhanging the fold of the cardstock. And then I'm going to tape down the die. If you don't have this die set, you can simply use your paper trimmer and create a card base that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. I'm using this die here because I have it anyway, and I simply love that smooth and rounded die cut edges. Next, I'm going to gold emboss the sentiment, and I'm going to use the stamp from the Timeless stamp set. And this phrase goes from our house to yours. As always, the tools and supplies that I'm using are listed down below in the description, as well as on my blog. The process is pretty much standard. I'm going to stamp the sentiment with the VersaMark ink, then I'm going to apply the gold embossing powder and heat set it. I have always loved the little houses and Christmas village theme for my holiday cards, but this year I'm really into castles. To be honest, I would love to have a castle of my own, a nice and romantic place where you can set up your own rules. I wonder if you can ask Santa for a castle. Anyway, to turn this card into a real castle, I'm going to use the dies from the Perfect Castle die set. I've die cut the battlements out of red cardstock, and I'm going to trim down this side tab that is meant for creating 3D pieces. Then I'm going to apply some liquid glue at the wrong side, and I'm applying it only to the base, not to the battlements, and I'm going to stick it down onto my card, and I'm lining up the top of this base with the fold of the card. This way our card is no longer a simple rectangle, but you still can open and close it easily. At this point I thought that the card looks a bit plain, so I'm going to create some texture, and I'm going to use this stamp that is called CRACKLE background. This one is by Simon Says Stamp. I'm applying some dark brown ink. This one is ESPRESSO by Altenew, and then I'm going to press down my card against the stamp, and I'm only going to stamp the green area, not the red top of the castle. And I simply love how it instantly gives a new look to this card. This Gothic window is also the part of the Perfect Castle die set. Now I'm going to apply some glue at the wrong side of the die cut, and I'm going to stick it down onto a piece of red cardstock, the same one that I used for the battlements. I decided to really stick to the traditional holiday color scheme and not introduce any new colors. Then I'm going to use my scissors and trim the cardstock around the window, and this way I can create the red background for it. Then I'm using the liquid glue to attach the window to the castle wall. You can entirely use the tape adhesive. I just completely ran out of it. Now it's time to add some little details that do make a big difference. So first of all, I'm going to add that little perched bird die cut, and it's going to sit on top of the roof of the castle. Next, I'm going to add some tiny golden stars, and I've die cut these ones using this die from the previous year collection. You can totally use the sequence, but I decided to use a really limited color scheme, and I wanted the same shade of gold that I have already used on this project. Now I'm going to stick down a few stars randomly onto the card front to make my castle magical. And that finishes my project for today. This little card is totally mail-in friendly and you can send it in a standard envelope. If you want to use it as a tag, you simply attach a piece of twine in the center like this, and then you can hand it onto the gift bag or attach it to the gift box. So this was the Day 14 project. The next one is coming out tomorrow, and from now on I will try and publish every day. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend. Bye bye.